Hey YouTube,
What's going on?
we're at Burkhead Wilderness area. So this hike is going to be different. We're just doing highlights.
Yeah.
But Tot Hill Trailhead is right here at near the Asheboro Airport, and the golf course is the starting or ending point of the Uwharrie Trail if you're doing your hike through. So we're at the far northern end of Burkhead Wilderness, and this video again just highlights. For example, we're going to show you what bloodroot is right here. We found this time of year bloodroot is really coming up and blooming. Check this out.
It's a nice looking flower. Right there. They call that a bloodroot. Bunch of them out there.
So we found bloodroot that's blooming now. We're going to go over some historical sites that are off trail today. So that's why you need to watch. And we just kind of have a general rule: 10 minutes and you'll crush your hiking adventure in 2025. This is why. All we do is spend about 10 minutes, Google search the area, look at a Google map of the area, social media hiking groups, and you could go to that and search an area for some pointers. And the most important thing is YouTube. Search the videos that are going to be in your area, but not just any. There's only very few videos that do what we do, where we're going to show you the highlights of stuff that a lot of people just walk right past and don't know it's there. So little gems, little secrets of these areas, we're going to show you. And at any point in time in the future, if you email us or send us a comment, we often have GPS coordinates that we will be glad to share for our subscribers. And other subscribers have gave us pointers. So you want to make the most of your free time. So we like to spend about 10 minutes prep on our hikes, just some general research, and that makes the hiking adventure really explode on the value that you get out of it. And different times of year, you can see a lot more. Like winter, we're gonna be able to see a lot more. Come another few weeks when the leaves are hitting and the snakes and ticks are out, a lot of these off-site places are much harder to get to. So let's check it out.
Found this old wagon wheel, what's left of it at least. Wood runs all the way.
You gonna hold it up for him? Check it out.
I mean, it's big.
And look how old it is out here. It's right on the trail.
It's in a tree.
This tree right here. Think about that. Growing up in the middle of it. So this was a seedling when this wheel fell. Near this wagon wheel is an old homestead. Let's go check that out. Above that wagon wheel, this is still pretty much on trail. Anytime you can see this stuff. This is a chimney fall right here. I'll stand behind it. So that gives you an idea. It's a big chimney fall. So this place is full of homesteads. There were lots of homesteads, dozens out here in Burkhead Wilderness, including Uwharrie Forest too. But there's an article, Salisbury Post, that made a statement that the Uwharrie Forest, including Burkhead, has more archaeological sites per acre than any other national forest in the southeast. So if you don't believe me, Google it. I'm telling you the truth. So these are on trail. Another little secret: when you park at Tot Hill, walk down to the footbridge that goes across the creek. There's an old dam there. You can see that there's rocks. That's in our other video, but we'll not post that on this one. So check out our Coolers Knob hike video later. But let's go to our next site and check this out. All right, guys. As you continue to walk south from Tot Hill Trailhead, past the wagon wheel, the chimney fall that's on the trail, you come across a fork. Right here, this fork. So all this is, there's no right or wrong way. They connect at the top. We're going to use the old Forester Road, which is this right here. The Forester family ran a sawmill out here. Their homestead is out here. Supposedly some remains of it, but we're going to go up Forester Road and connect at the top. But like I say, this fork, you can go either way, it doesn't matter. So let's go. We'll hit you up when we get to the next chimney fall that will be a little bit off trail. So another evidence of a homestead. I'm not sure, it's not too far off the trail, but it is off trail. Maybe 100 feet off trail, off the old Forester Road. So that's evidence of maybe the Forester homestead or something with the sawmill, possibly structures. So kind of cool. We have GPS coordinates for this one too. And then we'll walk up here. Probably a little, somebody was camping out here. You can camp out here as well. Just foot traffic only. It's a wilderness area. There's only been a wilderness area since the 1980s. For whatever reason, we found some tin too.
Somebody tried to build a gate. Somebody tried building a fence, man.
Or for camping or something, framing or something they left out here. But cool find. So that's near the Forester Road area. So we're gonna go on down to our next location. Cool. What's that?
I don't know. Old rock pile, chimney fall, something. Stack of rocks.
I'm not sure what that is, but it's off trail. We saw it barely while hiking on the Forester Road trail, and then it's just it's a pile of stacked rocks on top of a rock. Kind of just an interesting spot, but not sure what that is. But anyway, we'll keep on going. That's how big this thing's, I mean, that's definitely intentionally stacked. So we found this pile. It's not too far from the one we just filmed. And it's stacked up right beside this jagged rock. But these are new finds for us. We've never seen these. I mean, that's weird in how it's kind of got a dug out a little bit right here. It kind of goes down. So I don't know what this would have been. So if y'all know, give us some pointers on what this structure could have been. But another cool find. Our first time finding this and the other one. We got GPS cords to them on all our sites. Just hit us up in the comments if you're interested. We're gonna go on to the next one. Where we at?
We're at Coolers Knob, 950 elevation or so. Heading south. We'll continue going.
So yeah, Coolers Knob, highest point of Burkett Wilderness. We made it here. There's been a couple small plane crashes here on Coolers Knob. Even though it's only about 945 or so elevation, most of it's mechanical problems, but you know, Asheboro Airport's nearby. And in 2018, 2 people I think were killed out here. Somebody, I think was the president of the High Point JCs, something like that. But look that up, 2018, airplane crash, Coolers Knob, Asheboro, North Carolina. They removed the wreckage, of course it's not here, but it did impact about somewhere near the top of Coolers Knob. His altimeter failed or something. And then there was another plane crash in Joe Moffat's An Afternoon Walk into the Past. Mentions a plane crash way back. I don't know if it was the 60s, 70s, or what, but there was a plane crash somewhere back in those days as well at Coolers Knob. So interesting stuff. We're going to go hike and continue going south and show you guys the off-trail Camp 1 location and the Seep Spring, and we're going to locate those two items and film that for you guys, and then we're going to attempt to show y'all Cedar Rock. That's completely off trail, good ways, close to a mile or so. But anyway, that's a good view there. On Coolers Knob, there's a great view here in the winter, except today fog has set in. But still, there is good views here in Burkhead. People say there's not. Oh, there's no good views in Burkhead Wilderness. You just don't know where to go. We're going to prove it to you. And we got a drone we're going to launch on Cedar Rock, hopefully, is our goal. And then we're going to go off trail to Camp 2 and show y'all that and a historic homestead there and 2 graves. So stay tuned. Quick update while we're getting ready to leave Coolers Knob. Like in our older video of Coolers Knob hike, check it out. But in 2019 summer, I believe it was June of 2019, there was a bad storm that hit Randolph County in this particular area. You'll see these trees down, and all the tops, a lot of tops of these trees are gone, making a better view. But that was a straight line winds hit here and did a lot of tree damage. And in Burkhead, you can't use a chainsaw, even in an emergency. You can't use a chainsaw, even in an emergency, right? Because it's a wilderness area. You have to use a handsaw or hand tool, so it takes a while to clean up. But not sure how I feel about that one. But anyway, you have to use a handsaw and be certified, and crews come up and from the Forest Service and volunteers and help clear the trails when big trees fall. A lot of hard work, but still, yeah. What else was I gonna say? But interesting stuff you find. So Google that if you are interested in that storm, June 2019, Asheboro, Burkhead Wilderness storm damage. There's some stuff that pops up. And the plane crashes, Google them. You can verify what we say by doing your own research as well, just to back it up. Another reason why you should subscribe. So we're gonna go on down and hit where the trail merges with Camp 3 and show you guys the Camp 1.
Right at the old Boggs place, they claim. It's supposed to look at the chimney.
Sometimes don't pick up good on camera, but this is a Chimney Fall homestead, like he said, the Boggs place, according to some of the books we've read, Joe Moffat's book and some other sources. It's really close. Right there would be the Camp 3 trail. So we've already come up the Burkhead Trail, aka Uwharrie Trail, and where it splits to the yellow markings for the off trail, or not, for a side trail, in other words. They're marked in yellow out here. And this takes you to the Camp 3 loop. We have a video on the whole Camp 3 loop and a lot of historical stuff on it. Check that out later. But yeah, we got this one found, and then we're going to show you a wagon wheel right down below it. Camp 3 trail. To prove it, there's your yellow paint. Show us the wagon wheel, buddy. Take us to it. Check this wheel out. It's a smaller wheel band of some type. And wider. And tree grew up in between it. And the trail is just over here. So yeah, people hike and blow right by these things, don't even know, including me. So we found that wagon wheel in our Camp 3 video by accident. But cool find today. We wanted to document that, and then we're going to continue up and show you finally Camp 1. All right, guys, so we're back at the Camp 3 intersection with Burkhead Trail. I don't know if y'all can read that or not, but anyway, before the Uwharrie Trail was relocated, it kind of ran off this intersection. Instead of going toward the airport, it went out this way through the woods. There's some old white paint. See, that's the original Uwharrie Trail, and that's how you would go to Camp 2, and why Camp 2 was built there. Because now when you look at the map, old maps, and say, why is Camp 2 way out there? Because the trail used to be out there. So interesting, but first let's run over here to Camp 1. Yellow marking. Camp 1B would have been right near the trail. Not really used much anymore. It could have been in here. Very faded. More yellow paint on that one. Over here, got your yellow paint again. And then on down, there's a little bit more yellow paint. Well, once we get there, we'll film again. Very old fire ring in this area. One B?
Remnants of 1B. And Camp 1's right down the gully.
So 1B, we've also found that before, and we thought it might be Camp 1, but that's Camp 1B, the best we can tell from our research. Because it's not going to be far from the trail. With the yellow paint, you can barely see. So, how do you get to Camp 1? Well, 1 is not used much either, but it has the stone-built fire pit and a sign in the tree that is really cool. You got to continue going down into the valley to find it. One is tough to find, but some of the yellow paint is very difficult. But right here, and then it goes this way, you'll see more yellow paint on a tree over here. Let me get closer because the cameras don't pick up well. So you do got to walk a little ways down into this valley. There's a stream and a stream seep that they built, still in awesome condition today. Effort out here, but this is Camp 1. It's deteriorating, but again, this is not used much anymore. And look at the big quartz. A lot of quartz out here in the Uwharries and Burkhead too. But this would have been the fire pit right here, and they built the stone wall. And remember, this was all before it became Burkhead Wilderness. You know, he was driving his Jeep up here. That's what they say Joe Moffett was, with his Boy Scout troop, and they built all this stuff. And his son was a scout then. So this is really cool. But check out this for proof. It's a tree. The old sign, and back then you could put signs in.
What's left of it.
Cause see, that's what's left of it, and it talks about it's getting covered up by this tree. But now at home we have a picture of it That's from a book that we read about. So we'll get that and put that in here so you can read what it actually says. But I believe it's back in 1976, so it's nearly 50 years old. But that's the sign to Camp 1 out here in Burkhead Wilderness. We promised you a stream seep, or a little seep. Check this out. The stream would have been over here. You walk down, and there, it should be over here. There you go. They built this with rock, and that's your what they call a seep.
Not in good condition anymore, but
see,
left of it.
We found it. There's a lot of cool stuff out here. Camp 3, look at our video, older video on Camp 3, and that hike has a seep there built in excellent condition. And Camp 3 and its sign and everything is in that video. Well, a little longer hike, but we're going to take it to Camp 2 and to a Tadlock homestead that's built on, and a gravesite that has 2 people there, and the tombstones are actually really good condition. So let's go check it out. So what do you think? So as we're walking down, this is the original Uwharrie Trail. How it ran all the way up to where the Camp 3 splits off from Burkhead Wilderness today. This we're walking on is the original one to Camp 2, and then to the Tadlock homestead we'll show you in a few minutes. But it was relocated because of some private property issues, is all I can tell. But check it out, guys. Old deer stand.
Yeah.
And right along the old Uwharrie Trail is right along it, but it's interesting. This is very old. It's an old part of a chair. I don't even know if I can climb this thing.
He's risking it all for us.
That's stuck pretty good. But anyway, I'm not going to do it because it looks like it's not too sturdy.
It's pretty old. That's cool.
We found Camp 2.
Yeah, we did.
It's a little effort to get here because it's off trail and it's hard to keep up with the old original Uwharrie Trail.
Yeah.
And again, it's some private property lines you gotta watch. But Camp 2, we're here. We found the sign. Basically built by Scout Troop, and then it kind of fades. And then it says that something about incorporation with the Uwharrie National Forest. Ranger Bob Carey, C-A-R-E-Y. His name is on it. This camp's located on the old Tadlock homestead. Mr. and Miss Tadlock are buried about 100 yards west. East. 100 yards east of here is there. Then let's list a bunch of names. And on it, as you're reading the names, it has right here Joe Moffat's name is written on it. His son Joey Moffat is listed on it. So the Scouts built Camp 2. Now this sign's been this board has been repainted over the years, but that's the original sign marking it. And it mentions about a stream. We found the stream, but we
Seep's gone.
I don't know where the seep would be if there was one. I don't see any stone fire place or fire pit here. But anyway, that's interesting. We did find the sign for Camp 2. A subscriber sent us coordinates to that a while back. The marker, wintertime, it's great to see it. And it's near the old cemetery rock, which looks like a cemetery stone, but it's not, or tombstone. It's right there. So this is like what I call, you know, you can sit on it, whatever, but it's an old stone that looks like almost like a tombstone. So there you have it. Camp 2 located as promised. We're going to go 100 yards east and find the tombstones of Mr. and Miss Tadlock. Some say they're descendants of the Kiwi Indians, which would have been in the Caraway region. They had a massive homestead out here, farm, and everything. We'll see some of that reminiscence as well. And we'll hit you up as we approach that. But for now, we're going to take a break, a snack break at Camp 2. You ready for a break? Tadlock graveyard. It says father and mother buried here. We located it. So the Tadlock homestead wasn't far from this graveyard. So we'll look around a little bit. But you have a quartz rock here. And there's a quartz rock in this other corner too. Right there. It's quartz rock laid out, I guess, at the corners. But basically, I'll read it, or try to read it. Oh God, if I don't fall. Basically says John W. Tadlock, born April 4th, 1833, died December 21, 1898. 65 years old, 8 months, 17 days. Elizabeth Tadlock, born January 18, 1833. Died July 13th, 1914. 81 years old, 5 months, 25 days. And the very bottom of this tombstone reads, resting in hope of a glorious resurrection. So kind of interesting. Out in the middle of Burkhead Wilderness. No way around it but to hike in. So we're going to look around and see if we find anything else and hit you back up. Looks like right in here is that's possibly the homestead chimney fall. About 100 yards from that gravesite, graveyard area. So all this, other piles. Fairly flat through here too, so it's a good site. Fairly flat area for farming and stuff. So wow, over 100 years ago. Hard to imagine. So that's probably, like I said, remnants of that homestead right there. We're going to hike around and see what we come across on our way back to the main trail. There's also some old cans and stuff we found nearby. There's some right here. Not sure. And what looks like an old road bed, looks like it went through here too. This whole line looks like wagon road or an old road bed possibly. More stacked rocks from something on this Tadlock homestead. You can tell these are deliberately stacked up. Small. don't know what that would have been. But definitely a rock stack pile. Look how big this is. A huge stack.
Big old stack of rock.
I mean, let us know what y'all think about this find. This is on the Tadlock homestead. A lot of brushes on it, but this is stacked up pretty solid.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an old well or what, but do they even have wells then? It looks like it collapsed over this way when you look at the collapse. If you want to film a little bit over here. Because look, it looks like it was up taller and it went over. So you can tell that it's definitely stacked, and then it looks like it toppled over like this and fell these rocks. And then there's some over here, but definitely deliberately stacked. And then on the other side there's more, but there's some trees growing. Like right in here is more stacked rocks. I don't know if the camera's picking it up too good. Leaves are all over it. But another good rock pile's here. I don't know if you can tell or not, but these are rocks that are all piled up. And they go up that way. And then right over there is the rock pile. They're stacked up very neatly.
That's a good pile.
Another pile of rocks. It's about 950 feet below Cedar Rock. What's known as Cedar Rock Mountain, I think is what it's called out here. So we found this. Didn't know that was here, and I'm looking for some rock piles that I found a while back. Trying to figure out what they are. There's a bunch of about 12 to 15 rock piles. They're spaced about 10 to 15 feet apart. So we're going to try to find that and show it to you real quick. So, guys, these rocks are stacked in piles. There's some over there he just showed you. But here's the weird thing about it. They're spaced about 15, 20 feet apart. Because look, 1, 2, there's more piles of rocks. And look, there's another pile. Right there's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Look here, 5, 6. They're all in a row. Did you get this one?
Yeah, I got them all.
Check it. Look, pile. This is a straight line, guys, right here in front of me. That's a straight line. One pile, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like 15 of these piles. I don't know if y'all can see it good, but they're all piled up through here. This is not far from Cedar Rock, but I hope it shows up. Let us know what y'all think of this find. And like I say, Cedar Rock, we're going to close there and show y'all that, but oh man, it's just crazy to see all of these stacked rocks. Let us know what y'all think about this. The camera's just not picking them up very well. Check out. You can just keep walking and they're stacked in circles. Look at that. Piles of rock again. That pile there is covered up with brush. like it's in the middle of nowhere, but yeah. And around these stacked rocks, if you walk around, you'll see other, look like used to be structures or something. It's all gone and caved in, but just piles of rocks. But very interesting find here. Not sure what all this is, but that's just a lot of them. At least 15 stacks in this area. I don't know anything about what this could be, but let us know what y'all think for sure. What's happening? We have made it to Cedar Mountain. The locals probably know about it more than anybody else, but we're blessed to be able to find it. He's going to launch the drone and get you some shots we'll add in our video. But check out this view. Look at that. There's no views in the Burkhead Wilderness. Stop lying, people. Of course there is. You just have to work for them. Like, winter's the best time to come out here, but even in the summer, if you can stand off trail bushwhack, Cedar Mountain is the gem. We have the coordinates to it. As always, we'll share to our subscribers if they want. Good place to come out and have a picnic. If you don't mind bushwhacking. Winter's great because you can get more views of the horizon. This camera don't pick it up, but in the distance, if you stand on top and look out that way, of course, it's a pretty view. It's a little bit cloudy now. Slightly to the right as you look out, there's two radio towers or on a mountain ridge way out in the distance. That's Mount Shepherd. That's the highest point in Randolph County, and it's private and off season, not during the summer because they have summer camps there, but Mount Shepherd does allow hiking on their property, and a fire tower is there, or what used to be a fire tower that they purchased many years ago and installed there for viewing or lookout, and that's a really incredible view out there. We hope to get out there and make a video in the near future, but for now, wow, what can I say? So yeah, this is Burkhead Wilderness. This is one of my favorite spots here. This is my favorite spot here. Cooler's Knob is cool as well, right? Get it? No pun intended. So yeah, like, subscribe. Hope you enjoy the video and the hidden spots. And remember, our little method of 10 minutes, researching, looking at some YouTube video that isn't just highlighting the trail, but really showing you the background and the hidden gems so that you understand what you're looking at and get more value out of your hike. A lot of times we just walk around and don't even know what we're looking at, but wow. Again, I'll show you this view again. Amazing. You can help our channel by a couple things: liking, commenting, sharing, of course subscribing. That's how you help our channel. We appreciate it, and like I say, we just enjoy sharing our experiences. So hopefully this adds to your own adventures.